later, Jane put the camera back in her mother's room for a second night. It's just after 7 p.m. and against her daughter's requests and the home's policies, a male carer is alone with Maria. He's giving her her night bath.
Well, he just shouldn't even be in there.
No, he shouldn't.
She's frightened already.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you're just pushing her over.
Well, I don't know how he's actually got her into the bed.
Playing it again, I can't see anything that could have provoked him to hit Maria. He mocks her.
He's twisting her arm.
Sorry, that's really inhumane. This male carer is 30-year-old Jonathan Aquino. Ash Court hired him in the Philippines, where he was a qualified nurse, and arranged his work permit to come to the UK in 2008. The Metropolitan Police later interviewed people who knew Jonathan Aquino. No one suspected him.
Colleagues, other residents there, other families of residents there knew Jonathan as a perfectly amenable sort of chap. And obviously, having seen the CCTV footage, one sort of questions, well, why was this? Because he chose a different demeanour when he's on his own. I don't know.
It's 7:15. After hitting her, Jonathan continues giving Maria her nightly bath.
Oh dear. I can't imagine what your mum was thinking. Terrified. What can she do? She can't shout for help. And he pulls her off the bed.
Remember, Jonathan shouldn't even be in Maria's room, and Maria should be moved by 2 carers using slip sheets.
Move. What's that head? Oh.
In all, Jonathan slaps Maria 6 times.
Just one final slap just to make sure.
During the 7 minutes Jonathan is filmed in Maria's room, he never speaks except to swear or to mock by imitating her.
That's hell.
It is hell.
Absolute hell. First time I've seen him, it's just awful. It is awful. I mean, you can imagine. I screamed actually when I first saw it.
Jonathan Aquino leaves Maria's room at 7:20.
I just remember screaming and jumping up, and I just can tear the house apart. And she's just so vulnerable. She can't get up. She can't call for help. It's just totally sadistic.
Jane drove straight to the care home and showed the manager her footage.
I was just feeling physically sick, and the person I just wanted to be with was my mum. I just wanted to go to her and scoop her up. Eventually, when I did get to her, I was just like, it's going to stop now, Mum. You're safe now. It's not, none of this is going to happen anymore.
All 5 of the main carers Jane filmed were suspended, and one of those 5, Jonathan Aquino, was arrested.
I can remember him not answering any questions to the police in the interview.
What was his demeanour during that interview?
It was a bit of a blank, vacant look. Whether or not that was something that he chose to put on to try and forget it and not recall what happened, I don't know, but it was very much, he was there in person, but bizarre.
Both the police and social workers took action. Although the manager of Ash Court suspended all the staff that Jane filmed for any length of time, Jane felt the company then wanted to sweep it under the carpet. The then chief executive wrote to Jane a month after her mother was assaulted, saying now was a good opportunity to move forward positively. Jane needed support. She came here to the Relatives and Residents Association, a small national charity based around the corner from her. The head of the charity is horrified that the care home didn't prevent the abuse in the first place.
How could 5 different workers not know that she had to be moved gently? How could anyone managing that home not notice that a hoist was not going into that room? You could hear the poor lady cry out in pain at the way that she was being moved. That doesn't suggest a one-off problem. It suggests a deep cultural problem in that home where people were being treated with less respect than slabs of meat.
Jonathan Aquino had been arrested for assault and ill treatment. But Ash Court was still employing the other 4 female carers. The chief executive wrote to Jane saying her mother's treatment was not gross misconduct and that all 4 would be returning to work.
They were then going to go and put these people back after training, 4 days training and being supervised. Again, they didn't really consider it gross misconduct, so that they were actually about to go back to work. I was just horrified.
5.5 months after the manager of Ash Court watched Jane's footage, the company finally sacked the other 4 care workers.
We asked the owners, Forest Healthcare, to talk to us. I wanted to ask why they didn't act more swiftly to sack care workers who manhandled and fed Maria. Why they didn't prevent the abuse in the first place. They refused, instead sending a statement which says that what Jane filmed was an isolated incident, even though all of the 5 main care workers had to be sacked.
Forest Healthcare say that even though Jane complained to a number of carers, the family had not raised concerns with the home manager prior to showing her the video footage. After the manager of the home watched Jane's footage, the company requested to see it a second time to complete the disciplinary process. Immediately after viewing it again, they say, we completed proceedings and all 4 were dismissed. The company said all their staff received full training.
They say Ash Court is committed to working closely with all families and residents, and that they continue to get positive feedback on their care, which is subject to continual improvement.
Jonathan Aquino pleaded guilty to common assault and ill treatment. But it's not just the 4 carers who've been sacked and the one in court. What about the national regulator, the Care Quality Commission, who rated this home excellent?
Inspectors took at least 3 months to produce a report, and when they did, they concluded Ash Court ensures that people who use the service are protected from abuse or the risk of abuse, and their rights are respected and upheld. Jane is angry that the report doesn't warn the public that her mother was mistreated and assaulted. Instead, it says the local council was alerted to safeguarding concerns. They also say that the police were informed that some staff were suspended pending an investigation and that an action plan is in place. The regulator told Panorama the fact that a serious incident has taken place is made very clear.
When I read it, just another slap around the face. I just felt like they'd basically given it a clean bill of health again, bar 2 minor adjustments, and it makes me worry for other people who are potentially about to put a relative into a care home. How can you actually go into a home where abuse has actually happened and it's literally been caught on film, and then turn around and say that it's compliant? just feel really let down.
The head of the charity supporting Jane is also angry about the CQC's report.
It doesn't say that a member of staff has been charged. It is not an honest document. It isn't a helpful document, and it isn't a decent document. This is really an area where the CQC can do so much if it uses its powers. They can actually cancel the provider's registration if they're shown not to be fit. We would suggest that that provider was very clearly shown not to be fit.
We asked the Care Quality Commission for an interview, but they refused. They did send this statement, though, which says, "We will always act swiftly to protect people where we see poor care." Now, they say they inspected within 4 days of learning what happened to Maria, and that they received positive feedback from people at the home. Both they and the council did not find any new evidence of poor practice or abuse. If we had done so, we would have taken action.
Inspectors recently returned to the home, again unannounced, and found improvements. They told us CQC is confident it has acted swiftly and correctly in light of the evidence it has available. Jonathan Aquino attended court 10 days ago. He was sentenced to 18 months. After his time in prison, he may be deported back to the Philippines.